A perfect day for banana fish. There were 97 New York advertising men in the hotel, and the way they were monopolizing the long-distance lines, the girl in 507 had to wait from noon until almost 2:30 to get her call through. She used the time, though. She read an article in a woman's pocket-sized magazine called Sex is Fun or Hell. She washed her comb and brush. She took the spot out of the skirt of her beige suit. She moved the button on her sax blouse. She tweezed out 2 freshly surfaced hairs in her mole. When the operator finally rang her room, she was sitting on the window seat and had almost finished putting lacquer on the nails of her left hand. She was a girl who for a ringing phone dropped exactly nothing. She looked as if her phone had been ringing continually ever since she had reached puberty. With her little lacquer brush, while the phone was ringing, she went over the nail of her little finger, accentuating the line of the moon. She then replaced the cap on the bottle of the lacquer and, standing up, passed her left, the wet, hand back and forth through the air. With her dry hand, she picked up a congested ashtray from the window seat and carried it with her over to the night table on which the phone stood. She sat down on one of the made-up twin beds and, it was the 5th or 6th ring, picked up the phone. "Hello?" she said, keeping the fingers of her left hand outstretched and away from her white silk dressing gown, which was all that she was wearing, except mules. Her rings were in the bathroom.
"I have your call to New York now, Mrs. Glass,"
the operator said. "Thank you," said the girl, and made room on the night table for the ashtray. A woman's voice came through.
"Muriel? Is that you?"
The girl turned the receiver slightly away from her ear. "Yes, Mother. How are you?" she said.
"I've been worried to death about you. Why haven't you phoned? Are you all right?"
"I tried to get you last night and the night before. The phones here have been—"
"Are you all right, Muriel?"
The girl increased the angle between the receiver and her ear. "I'm fine. I'm hot. This is the hottest day they've had in Florida, and—"
"Why haven't you called me? I've been worried to—"
"Mother, darling, don't yell at me. I can hear you beautifully," said the girl. "I called you twice last night. Once just after—"
"I told your father you'd probably call last night, but no, he had to—" Are you all right, Muriel? Tell me the truth."
"I'm fine. Stop asking me that, please."
"When did you get there?"
"I don't know. Wednesday morning? Early?"
"Who drove?"
"He did," said the girl. "And don't get excited. He drove very nicely. I was amazed."
"He drove? Muriel, you gave me your word of—"
"Mother," the girl interrupted. "I just told you he drove very nicely, under 50 the whole way, as a matter of fact."
"Did he try any of that funny business with the trees?"
"I said he drove very nicely, Mother. Now, please." "I asked him to stay close to the white line and all, and he knew what I meant, and he did. He was even trying not to look at the trees. You could tell." "Did Daddy get the car fixed, incidentally?"
"Not yet. They want $400 just to—"
"Mother, Seymour told Daddy that he'd pay for it. There's no reason for—"
"Well, we'll see. How did he behave in the car and all?"
"All right," said the girl.
"Did he keep calling you that awful name?"
"No. He has something new now."
"What?"
"Oh, what's the difference, Mother?"
"Muriel, I want to know. Your father—"
All right. "He calls me Miss Spiritual Tramp of 1948, the girl said and giggled.
"It isn't funny, Muriel. It isn't funny at all." It's horrible. Well, it's sad, actually, when I think of how— Mother, the girl interrupted. Listen to me. You remember that book he sent me from Germany? You know, those German poems? What'd I do with it? I've been racking my— You have it. Are you sure? Said the girl. Certainly. Well, that is, I have it. It's in Freddie's room. You left it here, and I didn't have room for it in the— Why? Does he want it? No. Only he asked me about it when we were driving down. He wanted to know if I'd read it. It was in German. Yes, dear. That doesn't make any difference, said the girl, crossing her legs. He said that the poems happened to be written by the only great poet of the century. He said I should have bought a translation or something, or learned the language, if you please. Awful. Awful. It's sad, actually, is what it is. Your father said last night— Just a second, Mother, the girl said. She went over to the window seat for her cigarettes, lit one, and returned to her seat on the bed. Mother, she said, exhaling smoke. Muriel? Now, listen to me. I'm listening. Your father talked to Dr. Savetsky. Oh, said the girl. He told him everything. At least he said he did, you know, your father. The trees, that business with the window, those horrible things he said to Granny about her plans for passing away. What he did with all those lovely pictures from Bermuda. Everything. Well, said the girl. Well, in the first place, he said it was a perfect crime the army released him from hospital, my word of honor. He very definitely told your father there's a great chance, he said, that Seymour may completely lose control of himself, my word of honor. There's a psychiatrist here at the hotel, said the girl. Who? What's his name? I don't know. Reiser or something? He's supposed to be very good. Never heard of him. Well, he's supposed to be very good anyway. Muriel, don't be fresh, please. We're very worried about you. Your father wanted to wire you last night to come home, as a matter of— I'm not coming home right now, Mother. So relax. Muriel, my word of honor. Dr. Savetsky said Seymour may completely lose I just got here, Mother. This is the first vacation I've had in years, and I'm not going to just pack everything and come home, said the girl. I couldn't travel now anyway. I'm so sunburned I can hardly move. You're badly sunburned. Didn't you use that jar of bronze I put in your bag? I put it right. I used it. I'm burned anyway. That's terrible. Where are you burned? All over, dear, all over. That's terrible. I'll live. Tell me, did you talk to this psychiatrist? Well, sort of, said the girl. What'd he say? Where was Seymour when you talked to him? In the ocean room, playing the piano. He's played the piano both nights we've been here. Well, what'd he say? Oh, nothing much. He spoke to me first. I was sitting next to him at bingo last night, and he asked me if that wasn't my husband playing the piano in the other room. I said yes, it was. And he asked me if Seymour's been sick or something. So I said, why'd he ask that? I don't know, Mother. I guess because he's so pale and all, said the girl. Anyway, after bingo, him and his wife asked me to join them for a drink, so I did. His wife was horrible. You remember that awful dinner dress we saw in Bonwit's window? The one you said you'd have to have a tiny— The green? She had it on, and all hips. She kept asking me if Seymour's related to that Suzanne Glass that has that place on Madison Avenue, the millinery. Why do you say that, though? The doctor.
Oh, well, nothing much, really. I mean, we were in the bar and all. It was terribly noisy.
Yes, but did you tell him what he tried to do with Granny's chair?
No, Mother, I didn't go into details very much, said the girl. I'll probably get a chance to talk to him again. He's in the bar all day long.
Did he say he thought that there was a chance that he might get, funny or anything? Do something to you?
Not exactly, said the girl. He'd have to have more facts, Mother. They have to know about your childhood, all that stuff. I told you, we could hardly talk. It was so noisy in there.
Well, what about your blue coat?
All right. I had some of the padding taken out.
How are the clothes this year?
Terrible. But out of this world. Oh, you see sequins and everything, said the girl.
How's your room?
All right. Just all right, though. We couldn't get the room we had before the war, said the girl. The people are awful this year. You should see what sits next to us in the dining room. Oh, at the next table, they look as if they drove down in a truck.
Well, it's that way all over. How's your ballerina?
It's too long. I told you it was too long.
Muriel, I'm only going to ask you once more. Are you really all right?
Yes, Mother, said the girl, for the 90th time.
And you don't want to come home?
No, Mother.
Your father said last night that he'd be more than willing to pay for you to go away someplace by yourself and think things over. You could take a lovely cruise. Well, we both thought—
No, thanks, said the girl, and uncrossed her legs. Mother, this call is costing a fortune.
When I think of how you waited for that boy all through the war, I mean, when you think of all those crazy little wives who—
Mother, said the girl, we'd better hang up. Seymour may come home any minute.
Where is he?
On the beach.
On the beach? By himself? Does he behave himself on the beach?
Mother, said the girl, you talk about him as though he were a raving maniac.
I said nothing of the kind, Muriel.
Well, you sound that way. I mean, all he does is lie there. He won't take his bathrobe off.
He won't take his bathrobe off? Why not?
I don't know. I guess because he's so pale.
My goodness, he needs the sun. Can't you make him?
You know Seymour, said the girl, and crossed her legs again. He says he doesn't want a lot of fools looking at his tattoo.
He doesn't have a tattoo. Did he get one in the army?
No, Mother, no, dear, said the girl, and stood up. Listen, I'll call you tomorrow, maybe.
Muriel, now, listen to me.
Yes, Mother, said the girl, putting her weight on her right leg.
Call me the instant he does or says anything at all funny. You know what I mean. Do you hear me?
Mother, I'm not afraid of Seymour.
Muriel, I want you to promise me.
All right, I promise. Goodbye, Mother, said the girl. My love to Daddy.